advisors, I'm super excited to introduce you to Elements in Real Life. This is a series of videos we're putting together to help you better understand how to do financial planning with Elements. Each week, Elements advisors will take real client questions and show you how they use the vital signs to provide real advice. So check it out, and of course, don't forget to like and subscribe.
My name is Eric Rodriguez, and I am an Elements user. I'm the founder of Wealth Builders, LLC.
And I'm Scott Frank, founder of Stone Steps Financial and also an Elements user. And today we are here to answer a very important question using Elements. Can the Griswolds afford a pool this year?
The Griswolds, as in Clark Griswold?
As in Clark and Ellen. Yeah, we're going to bring them forward to 2023. And we're going to see if the Griswolds can afford to get it. Because, you know, Clark is like so stressed out right now that he just called us and asked if he can afford to do this, because that's what advisors are here for, right? And he just wants to know if he can do it. So like before he like goes nuts on his family or has cousin Eddie go kidnap his boss, let's just see if we can answer this question for him.
Sounds good. How are we going to do that?
All right, we're going to start with their scorecard. So,
right.
You know, you and I are both big fans of the scorecard. So let's go take a look at the Griswold scorecard. So the scorecard, just as an overview, if you haven't ever seen one before, it tells us really it helps us answer 4 questions really well. The top elements of equity and insurance are going to help us look at what risks are Ellen and Clark taking. The next row is going to help us look at what are they doing with their cash? Are they using their cash wisely? And then the bottom row is going to help answer 2 questions. How are they balancing out their assets, and how close are they to making work optional? What do you see here when you start to look at things, Eric?
Well, knowing Clark is as mischievous, however you say that, and knowing that he likes to put up Christmas lights and do a lot of dangerous activities, I'm a little concerned with his insurance rate. So if you hover over his insurance rate,
he likes to flip off like log truck guys when he's getting his Christmas tree and string lights. I'm with you. Yeah, he has no life insurance and no disability insurance.
No life insurance, no disability. So that's a concern. So before we even answer that question, can he afford a pool or not? We got to talk about his insurance situation.
100%. Yeah.
I think the other thing I'm looking at here is, how old's Clark again? 43?
Like 44. I made him 44. Yeah.
All right. He's 44. I think he's doing a fantastic job saving. I mean, he's saving 31% of his gross income. So that's a pretty high rate. And, you know, typically we like to see maybe on the top end 20%. So I'm getting a sense that he might be saving too much money and he's not really using the money to enjoy his life. So that would be a talking point.
Yeah, interesting. You said, yeah, I'm with you there. Now he is saving $2,000 a month for the pool, but he only has $4,500 saved so far.
Okay.
And that is built in. No, that's actually not built into the savings rate. Never mind. You're right. He might be too high.
Might be a little too high. I'm seeing a pretty low real estate term score, which essentially, if you hover over that, you can show everybody what that means.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just bought their house and that's why they want to get that pool.
Yep. So that's
not a lot of equity yet.
Not a lot of equity. And for everyone that doesn't know how the bottom lines work, basically the liquid term, qualified term, and real estate term gives you that total term score 8.4. So basically you liquidate everything. That's how long you can live off your assets, not including for tax, inflation, investment performance, and all that. So that's pretty low. Liquid term is pretty high. I think that's a pretty healthy score. So when I look at this snapshot right here, and if I'm just looking at his debt rate too, atypically low debt rate, I think there's a couple things that can go on. So I want to get an understanding of, what does his liquid term look like? So is it in taxable brokerage accounts? Is it just in money markets?
It's mostly in a taxable. He has 36,000 saved in an emergency fund. So like 3 months of cash. He has 10 grand in a checking account, and then he has like the rest is in a brokerage account.
Okay. So And typically a pool costs what? What's his
150 to 200 grand in
150 to
Chicago.
200,000.
I mean, because
Okay.
they're gonna do like the barbecue and like all this stuff. In-ground pool,
Yeah.
You remember the vision he has out the window.
Oh, how could I
No one's
forget?
jumping in an above ground pool.
How could I forget? So I think right off the bat, if I just had to throw a blanket statement, I think he could absolutely afford a pool. It's just more about how he's going to go about buying the pool, because obviously Rusty and Aubrey, his kids, they want the pool. They want to create memories just like they do in the summertime. They want to be able to entertain. I get it. And it's not about the money at this point. It's about making memories and having just that freedom to have fun with the family. So I would want to know, number one, what would it cost to finance the pool? Because they do have a little bit of savings that they could use for like a down payment.
Yep.
Or they do have a significant amount in their brokerage accounts. I'd want to get an understanding of what do those holdings look like? Because are we going to trigger capital gains, short-term capital gains or anything like that? Do we have any long-term gains? Do we have losses? Maybe it would make sense to sell something and harvest those losses. I'm not too sure about that, but right off the bat, I think Clark can definitely afford a pool. And based upon his debt rate, I know his burn rate's a little high, 40%, but maybe if he saved a little bit less, like maybe we took down the savings rate to 20, that would free up 11% of his income, that we can, apply to maybe some payments if he financed that or something like that. But, I'm just doing some rough math, and I see if he financed 150K at today's rates, he would easily be able to afford that. It'd be less than $1,000 a month, which he's already saving now $2,000 a month for that pool goal.
Yeah,
so,
you already solved it, right? If we just flip the 2K a month that he's saving and use that with a little down payment, he can finance it himself for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We would tell Clark he could get a pool so he doesn't have to freak out, right? And 100%. Get a chainsaw out and get another tree. Like he'll be cool, man.
He would be cool. He would be cool. And absolutely he would be able to afford that. But sorry, you were going to say something?
I hope he still does all that stuff because it's hilarious.
Yeah, I hope so too. But I think, to be holistic and be comprehensive, and if we're doing our jobs as financial planners, it would be also tackling that question. Is easy to answer looking at the scorecard, but then we would go back and say, well, this is great, you can do this, but you got to get your life insurance. Do you have a will? Do you have a trust? Do you have an estate plan? How do you have any high interest debt that we could potentially pay off because you're sitting on a lot of liquidity? Those types of things are things that I'd want him to tackle before even getting the pool.
He can go get the pool. I'm just gonna make. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I'm gonna make him get his life insurance quotes. They already have an estate plan. They're good. They went to wealth.com. Like they're good.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, they're good.
All right.
They're all set with that.
Disability insurance.
The thing that I love about this, though, the question is that it really is about, at the core of it, it's about why does he want the pool? He wants the pool for time with his family, right? And so the finance side of it, we obviously have to help him tackle, but money is just a tool, and the tool is there to help people live life. And the thing I love about Elements is that it keeps us pinpointing where we need to focus for them. But then that scorecard that we're showing, the scorecard gets redone every 90 days. So we're always just looking at what's the change that happened between the 90 days. And that's the story that's happening in the client's life. And we just have to make sure it all makes sense. And no two are the same.
Absolutely. And I just love the simplicity of the scorecard as well, because if I always use a different tool to try to figure that out and to answer that question, we answered that question in a matter of minutes. Whereas with other tools, it probably would have taken me an hour once I plug in all the information and run all the different scenarios and all that. So
100%.
It's so simple. And again, the reason why I love using the tool.
Well, what makes it simple is you're doing everything in the present moment with real numbers and real cash flow, right? But then from there, we can go see what other tools do we need.
I think so, man. I agree.
So what did you think about that? We'd love to hear your thoughts about how we answered that question. Do you think that you would have answered it differently? Comment below and let us know. Now, if you have a scorecard that you want us to dissect, or a client question you want answered using Elements but aren't sure how, send us the client's one-page plan to cs@getelements.com, and we hope to catch you next time.